to feel like I'm higher than anybody. No, I'm very humble, okay? But I will say, when it comes to me, if I were to tap in with a psychic medium, right? If I had the opportunity to actually tap in with the actual psychic medium, someone who is true in their divinity, in their power, someone who is definitely connected to spirit and Most High, I would want to know what the Most High had for me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to tap in and figure out, hi, Mike, bendición. I wouldn't want to tap in on a third party. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like God gave me my superpowers, and my superpowers, I want to use them to help other people tap in with their superpowers. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So that's why I don't do questions. I don't do questions. Now, you guys can tap in on the energy and pay for the energy. I don't mind, but I do spirit led readings, and I like doing spirit led readings. I feel like it's true to self, it's true to spirit, and I don't know. I feel like it's beneficial for everyone to tap in to their higher self, even if you've never done it before. If you had the opportunity to tap into your higher self, why not? I don't know, just my 2 cents. So I that's how I would connect if I wasn't a psychic medium, right? Because even with me, right, I'm a psychic medium, but even with me, it's difficult to read my own energy, right? So if I want to tap, if I allow someone to tap into my energy, it's got to be somebody, one, that I can trust, and energy don't lie, right? It's going to be somebody that I could trust, and it's not going to be very often, because I don't like people in my head. You know what I'm saying? Um but that's just me personally, right? Everybody else is different. But that's just how I see it, how I view it. So that's why I wanted to kind of say that. But if you guys are here, if you're still here, welcome. My name is Madam Divine. I am an intuitive psychic medium. Yes, I do have the gifts to channel messages from your loved ones who have passed. Okay. I'm also a Reiki practitioner, so I work with energy as a healer. I'm a root worker, so I work with roots. I work with herbs as a manner of healing. I'm also a dope ass poet, so definitely check out my shit. I'm just saying, just check it out. I got a book coming out. God willing, it'll be out this year for all of you guys to indulge in. So definitely tap in. If this is your first time, make sure you guys hit that plus. All right. Beware of scammers. I will never contact you. That's not me in your chat. It's not me in your DMs. It's not me contacting you. Okay. I don't reach out to people. I will tell you guys, I am streaming right now on 4 platforms, so definitely make sure you guys are following the other ones. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram all at the same time. So if something happens to your live stream, make sure you guys check those other platforms, because sometimes you guys get sometimes you guys get notified and sometimes you don't. So that's why I say make sure you're following all the platforms. That way you never miss a live. All right. I don't have a specific time on when I come. What's up, Stitch? Look at that. And right before I came on, I prayed. I said, God, please align me with the right people tonight. Please align me with the right energies, because sometimes you just never know. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Sometimes you just never know, like, what you can attract. And me being a light, I'm a beam of light, right? You see me, right? You see this light right here? This light attracts so many people, and everybody will say, oh, I love your energy. I love your energy. Well, guess what? I love my energy too, right? And because I love my energy, I need to protect my light, because a lot of people like to take for nothing, right? And no, I come on here and I share my light just enough, and then I take it back because it's my light. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So for a lot of those that come on, y'all know how I work, right? I'm big on reciprocity. Ooh, look at that. I'm big on reciprocity. And I don't overwork myself if the energy ain't being reciprocated. So if I feel like the energy ain't being reciprocated, especially those that are on TikTok, I'm going to slow down my energy. I'm going to slow down my energy, right? So if I'm doing collective energy, I need to feel the collective energy. I need to make sure that you guys are tapping in. I need to make sure that I'm not talking to myself, right? Because I'm not just talking to one screen. I got 4 screens. I got 4 collectives that be watching me at the same time. So the numbers don't even matter to me because at the end of the day, I was made for the masses. All right. I don't want to be famous. I want to be effective. But at the same time, I don't want to over put my light out there because my light not only attracts good energy, it also attracts dark spirits. So again, I need to protect my light. So when I come on live, I always pray. All right. I always set the tone with my prayer because one thing I don't play about is my spirit. I don't play about my energy, and I don't play about my collective. Because at the end of the day, if you are a light, right, whether you are a light worker or just somebody who embodies light, y'all got to protect your light because a lot of people will see you shine. And just because they see you shine, they don't know what it took for you to get that light. But you know what it took to get that light because you fight day in, day out to keep that light lit. So, moral of the story, if you are connecting with me, know that it is in divine spirit, divine timing, and divine guidance. All right. I'm not out here paying for any followers. I'm not doing any of that. I come on here true, genuine, authentic. All right. I don't pretend to be anything that I'm not. What you see is what you get. Off camera, on camera. I may divulge a little bit with y'all and I may not divulge shit at all, right? Because also I need to protect my blessings, right? So, if we are in alignment, welcome. You have come to the right timeline. All right? This timeline over here is called healed. It's called working on ourselves. It's called taking accountability. It's called cutting off what no longer serves us. It's calling our highest self, higher purpose, living in our true authenticity, and moving in purpose. All right, that's the type of timeline that you're on right now. Now, if that's not your vibration, then beloved, I understand. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But one thing about me, all right, I don't sugarcoat. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. You may not like it. You may not like how I come across, right? But at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm not here to make friends. I am here as a vessel. So don't get it twisted, all right? Yes, I am your spiritual bestie, spiritual auntie, spiritual friend, whatever you want to call me, right? But I am a vessel. So, again, you may have heard the same energy through your family and friends, but sometimes it just hits a little different when it comes from somebody you don't know jack shit about. And that's why I love doing what I do. Because as a reader, I love to read people, right? And if y'all give me the opportunity, I'm gonna read the fuck out of you. And some of y'all might be surprised. Like even today, right? Right before I came on, I had a private reading. And I said something about trains, right? I just said that. I said something about trains. I don't know if you live by trains or something about trains. And trains are also associated with an Orisha. And I'm not going to speak too much on that because everybody is different, right? But anywho's. So soon as I said that, she said, "Oh my God." She's like, "There's a train that's literally about to pass right now." And she was spooked and freaked out. And I said, "Listen, when I tap in, I tap in. That's the energy of spirit. It doesn't matter where I'm located. It doesn't matter where you're located. You could be driving. You could be on a boat. Wherever you may be watching from, you can be on a whole different time zone, right? That's the thing about energy and spirit. This shit is real. I'm gonna feel certain things. I'm gonna sense certain things. And listen, it wasn't that I heard anything, right? But I picked up train and she was like, "That's so crazy," because I live right by the train station, and there was a train literally about to go by. So all that to say is, we all have we all have the ability and capabilities to sense certain things, but we tend to kind of rely on other people because we don't trust our own gifts. But listen, y'all, we all have gifts. We all have gifts, right? The gift of intuition is one. Everybody has that. But a lot of us lack, right? A lot of us lack in trusting ourselves and knowing what to do with our intuition. And that's where we fall short in our choices and the people that we interact with and the associates that we have around us, or whatever energy or environment that we have. A lot of that stuff shifts your reality if you guys weren't aware. So yeah, I hope y'all got what I was putting with that, right? I got my light. I share it with y'all day in and day out. All I ask is that y'all share the same vibe. All right. So share the fuck out this live. Tap the screen. Make sure you guys say hello down below. And make sure you're following the platforms. All right. It's that simple. I ain't asked none of y'all for a dime. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you guys want to go ahead and donate, that's on y'all, right? That's a blessing to us. And I say us, my spiritual team. Y'all don't see them because I keep that part of my stuff hidden, right? Because I need to protect. I gotta protect my spiritual stuff because there's also people on here that like to, be poking around and seeing what I'm doing, and I'm not giving nobody that. So y'all see what y'all see, and that's all y'all get, right? Unless I show y'all. That's how it works because you can't trust the spiritual community. Some of them be a little false and phony and be doing some shit. All right, y'all. Anywho's. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We about to tap in. I'm gonna go ahead and do my call to prayer. Can I go ahead and pray? Y'all gonna let me say my prayer? I'm gonna do it anyways. Let's go ahead and clear out that energy. If you guys would, I see 2 shares. All right, I ain't doing nothing until I see them shares. All right, I'm gonna do my prayer, but I ain't tapping in. I ain't doing nothing until I see. Let's come on, y'all. Let. What are we doing? Are we sharing? We following? Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the follows. Let's get them shares up. All right. Can we share the live? Can we hashtag FYP in the chat? Come on, community. Come on, collective. Come on, family, soul family. Let's tap in. Padre nuestro que está en los cielos, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga tu reino, hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestra ofensa como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos deje caer en la tentación, líbranos del mal. Amén. Where is my bell? Ave María, Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, Señor es contigo, bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres y bendito eres tu fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros pecadores, ahora en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén. Gloria al Padre, al Hijo, al Espíritu Santo, como era en el principio, ahora y siempre, por los siglos de los siglos. Amén, amén, amén. God above all, I give you thanks for this time, space, and energy that you are aligning me with the collective once again. I ask that you please remove my energy as I now tap into the frequency of the collective. May you align us at the time that you do, as my messages are timeless. I call upon my highest self, higher power, the angels of divine white light that are here for the highest good of all when it comes to the collective. I call upon the ascended masters for divine truth, wisdom, and counsel at this time through the Akashic records. May we speak nothing but love and truth and bring precision and clarity to the collective. May you align me with those who need messages from spirit. God, I ask that you please protect me. Archangel Michael, I call upon your divine essence, and I ask that you shield my crown all the way down to my feet, and you extend that energy to the collective wherever they may be watching from. At this time, I rebuke all negative energy, any spells, any evil work, any evil eye, any malicious intents spoken against my name or sent to me. We rebuke that energy and we return it back to its original source tenfold. At this time, I give thanks to my ancestors. I call upon my santos, my eguns, my muertos, la gitana que me acompaña, los indios que me rodean, my son's dream, My grandmother Emilia, my best friend Sierra, as we now tap into the divine frequency of the collective spirit, we give all thanks. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We bless this live spirit. Please align me with those who need messages of clarity, spirit, whether it be through the FYP, whether it's through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Spirit, I ask that you align me with who need messages. Use me as the portal, the beacon of light, as I channel the messages from the ethers. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Many blessings, many blessings, many blessings. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Listen, I don't play about spirit. I don't play about my prayer. So if that's something that offends you, please continue to scroll. All right, I'm not here to force or instill any sort of spiritual belief. All right, we are all grown here. All right, we are all grown here. If you are here, amen. All right, I believe in God. I believe in God, and yes, I do tap into divination. I have several different tools, but these are an aid. My divine connection is with divine source. That is who I get my messages from. All right, that is who I am in alliance with. I am high ranked in the spiritual realm. All right, so again, I do not play, and my spiritual court don't play about me either. If this is your first time here, welcome. I appreciate you. This is a safe space. You guys are more than welcome to stick around. I do spirit led readings. That's how I tap in. All right. My list is open. It is a $15 minimum to tap in on the list. And if you would like to tap in on a question, you're more than welcome to do a question and I'll get you the clarity. But donations are required. All right. My spirit team do not move without any of that, especially my gypsy spirits. They don't play. But before that, I want to tap in onto some energy and I'm thinking about doing a short collective. You guys down for that? You guys down for a short collective? If you guys aren't familiar with what a collective energy read is, it's just a general message that will apply to all the signs in the current energy. All right. And that gives me kind of an idea of what type of collective I'm dealing with. Right. And then that opens up the floor. So if the collective energy resonates with you and you would like to tap in on your own personal, then by all means, you guys can go ahead and book. All right. And the way that you book is you just click my beautiful picture and it's going to take you to my profile. In my profile, you will see my Linktree in the bio. You just click there and it'll show you all of my readings and where you can send payment to. Okay. Now, we're going to tap in on collective energy, but I do need the shares up. All right, you guys. I said, listen, this is a collaborative effort. So if y'all want me to tap in on collective energy, I don't mind working, but y'all working with me too. Y'all working with me too, okay? So let's get up to 30. Let's get 30 shares. Let me get some water so I don't drown myself. I'm gonna go ahead and put my frequencies in the back. I'll be right back. When we get to 30 shares, we'll go ahead and commence the collective energy. All right. If you guys have to head out, no problem. You guys can go ahead and run it back on YouTube. I will jot down the collective timestamps and they will be posted in the description box of the video. Okay. Just letting y'all know. That's why I say y'all need. I don't know why y'all haven't subscribed. Who subscribed to YouTube? Let me know. Let me know, chat. Let me know. All right, y'all. I know that's right. Let's get to 30. Let's get to 30. 30 shares and we'll tap into the general collective, okay? Stitch, let me go ahead and read your messages. I apologize. Let's see what you wrote. It says, everyone has access to individual Akashic library, ancestors within a lifetime after generational curses. Karma is cleared. Everyone is introduced to in dark families. Sending your positive energy, Empress. I appreciate you, Stitch. Always love and light. Let's get to 30 shares, beloveds. Let's get to 30 shares. We'll tap in on collective energy and then I will open up the list, all right? Hi, Meg. Are you still in here? You are. My bad, babe. I got 3 screens. You guys, at 30 shares, we're going to continue the collective energy. I only see 19. So we need 11 shares to commence the collective energy. Hi, how are you? I am going to be tapping in on my Dreams of Gaia tarot. This is such a beautiful deck, and I want to continue connecting with it more. So we're going to use this one. We need 9 more shares, so we can start collective energy. We are getting there. Drop your zodiacs in the chat in the meantime. All right. Hashtag FYP in the chat for me, please. Ooh. Virgo, I see you. Who else we got in the chat? Double Virgo. We got Leo. Double Leo. Look at the synchronicities. Are we doing things in twos? 8 more shares, you guys. 8 more shares. Virgo, Sagittarius, Saggy twin. What's up? Your birthday was last Sunday. Happy belated. Yes, happy birthday to all my Virgos. Hey. 8 more shares, you guys. 8 more shares. I'm ready to tap in. What about y'all? What about the rest of the collective? Are y'all ready to tap in on collective energy? Let me know. 1212. Hey. 112 over here. Of course. 7 shares, you guys. 7 shares. And then we'll tap in on collective energy. I appreciate all the likes, all the taps. All right. Thank you all for being here. We're going to tap into collective energy momentarily. We are just building up the momentum and the energy. 30 shares is what my spirit said. So that's what we're doing. 3 more. 3 more. 3 more shares, y'all. We are getting there. Holy Spirit, holy angels. Thank you, Spirit. We're about to tap in on the collective, beautiful collective. Who is ready for their collective energy? Go ahead and drop some flowers in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and pour into ourselves. All right, let's go ahead and water the community, y'all. Go ahead and drop them sunflowers. All right, I've got some beautiful sunflowers here. You see them? We got some beautiful sunflowers here. So let's go ahead and bring that beautiful, joyous, prosperous, abundant energy up in the chat. Divine Spirit, Divine Counsel, at this time, what is the energy for my beautiful collective? Align me with the energy, Spirit. Please bring forward those at this time who will align with this message, Spirit. Let's tap in. Holy Spirit, holy angels. Divine truth, divine wisdom, divine counsel. Oh, look. Faith. I'm going to put it back. And if it's meant to come back out, it will, okay? Let's tap in for the collective, Spirit. What is the current energy? What are we tapping into for my collective? We have body and mind. Ooh. Body and mind. I'm going to show each collective. We got body and mind. I love this card. All right. I love this card. So for a lot of you could be experiencing a lot of ascension symptoms right now. A lot of you could be going through a spiritual awakening. Some of you could be going through some challenges, maybe some tower moments, right? But for a lot of you, it's like your body and mind could have been at war, And it's like now you're trying to like rebalance, right? I'm seeing that like a rebalance, a reconnect. Spirit, why is body and mind here? Why is body and mind here? And remember, faith also came up too. So that also tells me that for this collective, for a lot of you, you have not only g- gone through all of these challenges and adversaries, right, that have literally put you in the energy that you're in right now, but I really do feel like your spirituality has literally, you guys have been seeing a lot of different shifts in your spirituality. How you I'm hearing, hold on, I'm getting a bunch of downloads. Sorry, guys. I'm having like 15 conversations right now. Y'all don't understand. But I feel like for a lot of you, your belief systems and your values have literally been challenged to the point that some of those values no longer align with you anymore, right? And for a lot of you, your body, right? Your mind will tell you something is off, but your body will react too. And I always say this, and I want you guys to hear me loud and clear, okay? I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer, YouTube, so y'all can hear me. But y'all, I'm gonna tell you something about energy. First, energy don't lie. All right? Energy don't lie. But have you ever been around somebody and you automatically, like, your body reacts, right? Like you break out into hives. Like I have this one friend that I told her, like, hey, that person that you keep talking about that you are very fond of, um, you break out into hives. Have you not noticed that? That's an indicator right there that that's not somebody that is supposed to be for you, because your body is literally rejecting that energy. So I feel like for a lot of you, look, a lot of you guys, all seeing, all knowing, yeah, you guys are literally in this phase right now where you are so divinely connected on all spectrums that not only does your mind tell you something is off, but your body is literally telling you, hey, something is off, right? So it's not like you could cancel out your mind, right? Because I feel like back then, if you could, if you had a thought, right, the slightest thought, maybe the slightest doubt of something, right, a sliver of a doubt, y'all y'all would just kind of brush it off, like, nah, I think I'm just making that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys would literally make an excuse as to why you would have that pull, that energy. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? And I feel like now it's like your whole perspective on that has truly changed. Now it's like you're having to trust that initial feeling. You're having to trust that initial feeling because you know that that's kind of like a trigger. That's like a response. Your body is literally responding and literally telling you, like, hey, something isn't all the way 100% here. All right? I need you to trust me. I need you to hear me fully. All right? You may not see it fully now, but something here is missing, and I need you to trust what I'm saying. Yeah? Okay? Your mind and your body are now connected. Your mind is saying, hey, something is off here, but you're no longer putting that off feeling to the side. No, you're actually saying, okay, I received this information. All right, I understand something is wrong here. And now I need to actively, my body needs to show the action, understanding that what my mind is processing, my body is taking the action forward. I hope that makes sense. I know it sounded real crazy just now, but whoever needed that download, y'all got it. Okay. I definitely do feel like a lot of you are really connecting. It's like the receptors have finally connected, is what I'm hearing. All right. Because a lot of this stuff is neurological. All right. It's like your nervous system. Your nervous system. It's like for a lot of you, you're either working on reprogramming your nervous system, and trusting that those sudden urges or those sudden feelings are there and they're valid. And because they're valid, you're not going to set them off and put them off to the side like they don't exist. All right? That's what I'm getting. For a lot of you are now, I'm hearing that whatever blockage you had, especially in with your third eye, a lot of you are starting to see whatever it was that you did. I don't know if some of you did like a cleansing or a purging of some sort, but this has allowed you to open up your pineal gland. All right. I literally see your pineal gland being activated. And because it's being activated, you are now enlightened. Your path is literally so bright that there's no room for error. You picking up what I'm putting down? There's no room for error. There's no room for you to get lost. Okay? There's no room for you to get lost. All right? Spirit has literally shed light upon your path. And because Spirit has literally shed light upon your path, that right there shows me that not only do you have divine support, right? Through your angels, through your ancestors, through your spiritual court, but you are also favored at this time because you're now finally tuning into your highest vibration. You're now trusting yourself. And because you're trusting yourself and your innate ability to trust yourself, Spirit is going to literally lighten up and open up the roads more because you're trusting in your path. So essentially, when you trust you, you're trusting the divine spirit. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope so because, baby, do it make sense to me? Do it make sense to me? And I know that I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to 4 collectives right now, but y'all picking up what I'm putting down, okay? What's up, Pharaoh? Love and light to you. Love and light to you. Spirit. And you know what? I didn't even write down the start time of this. I want to say we started at like 22. I'm gonna put 22. My bad, y'all. I got so vested in the reading that I forgot to write down the timestamp. But listen, we have the Father here. And the Father to me signifies the Emperor. All right. The Father in this deck, it's like the Emperor in a Rider-Waite tarot. So I'm getting Aries energy. Okay. So some of you could be heavy Aries or have Aries placements in your chart, or you could be a cross watcher, however that is, right? But for a lot of you guys are stepping into your authority. A lot of you are stepping into this role of leadership, all right? A lot of you guys are stepping into this role of empowerment, um dominance. A lot of you are stepping into like this alpha energy role, right? Whether alpha male or alpha female. At 12:12, yeah, but I don't know what time I started it here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a timer running on YouTube. It's okay. I'll run it back. Thank you, though, Mama. But a lot of you are stepping into, um, again, a new timeline where you're stepping into this role, this character of, some of y'all might be an entrepreneur, right? Some of y'all may be taking a promotional level where it puts you in a position where you are leading many people. All right, this is a big role, a big role. I'm seeing a lot of red too, so red could be something that's really drawn to you here lately. um and also the fives, like the increments of fives, because I see 5 and 10, 5, 10, and then 11. So for a lot of you, again, a lot of you have gone through a lot of challenges with the number 5, right? A lot of changes, a lot of things that were outside of your control. But even with all that, endings had to come. And because the endings had to come, what do you think? You don't think new beginnings are going to flow, right? When a door closes, ample amount of opportunities will flow in, right? But if you continue to hold on to stagnant energy, stale energy, and you continue to force something that you know is not divinely for you, you're going to continue to hold yourself back. And that's why Spirit is saying you need to be in connect with your mind and your body. If your mind is telling you something is off, then that trigger should hit your intuition and your body should move with action. Okay, your body should move with action. So if a person is literally telling you, yeah, I work as so and so, but the hours don't align with the job that they're saying, listen, beloved, they're lying, right? And they may not be lying, but still something is off. Something ain't right. So I feel like at this point in time, you trusting your intuition, you tapping in and trusting your intuition is literally causing you to see things from a whole new perspective. And because you're seeing this from a whole new perspective, so much of your life that you were fixated on energetically is no longer relevant. And because it's no longer relevant, you're moving in this position of power, authority, respect, honor. I know that's right. Spirit, let me get another one for this collective. Yeah, knowledge. Look at that. Knowledge. For a lot of you, the knowledge that you guys have obtained has been through your experiences. All right? Knowledge has nothing to do with age. All right? It's your experiences. For a lot of you, y'all had to grow up really fast. Yeah, your innocence was taken. Your innocence was robbed from you. All right? For many of you, a lot of you have studied endless courses, endless amounts of time in the library. A lot of you divulge in wanting to learn, right? Because one thing about learning, and this is something that my 80-year-old aunt, she's 80, she turned 80 this year. She told me this years ago. She says, if you're not learning, you're not living. And that is so fucking true. If you're not learning, when you stop learning, that's when you stop living, is basically what she said in layman's terms. So a lot of you have literally experienced life and obtained knowledge through what you've been through. All right. But what you've been through does not define who you are. All right. Now, it may be like that with certain people, right? Because one thing about people is when they are used to seeing you in a certain energy, no matter how many times you evolve and you change and no longer align with that energy, they will continue to see you in that energy. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Huh? Look, the crone. We got the crone. Why is the crone here, Spirit? With the 3 of Wands. I feel like, look, it's a lot of fire energy. I feel like for this collective, look, the 2 of Cups. Listen, for a lot of you, you've had to alchemize your dark energy. You've had to alchemize your dark energy. Excuse me. You're learning to balance your dark energy with your light energy. You realize that you have to coexist in both worlds, okay? And I feel like for a lot of you, again, your divine connection with your mind and body is literally the reason why you've been able to move on the path and journey that you're on. For a lot of you, it was definitely a dark place. I'm getting that. A very dark place for you. But I see you guys moving out of that energy. and into an energy of passion, um into an energy of forward movement, action. That's what I keep hearing, action. Some of you guys may be moving. Some of you guys may be changing your whole environment. Okay, I feel like the energy that's coming forward is a very stable connection, collective. Okay, with this father energy, this is a very stable and secure energy. But then follow with the two of cups. Some of you guys may be calling in an emperor. Okay, some of you guys may be calling in a soulmate energy. We have emperor energy here, the father with the two of cups. All right, so there could be some sort of union here with a divine masculine, all right, with the emperor energy. And I will pull more energy on this, but I'm definitely getting this. Okay, the way that you're seeing life from a new lens is literally allowing you to make forward changes. So again, I'm hearing a trip or a move. There's a move coming up. All right, I see alignment with a divine counterpart. Let's get the knowledge. Why is knowledge here? Why is knowledge here for my collective spirit? Why is knowledge here? Look, we got the king of earth. I told you. Stability. I feel like this new energy that's coming in, okay, this new energy that's coming in is going to be very nurturing, very stable, and very long term. I'm hearing very, very long term. And I feel like this connection is going to really teach you a lot, not just about relationships, right? But I feel like this is going to teach you a lot about um yourself, okay? Because I'm getting heavy reflection with the dragon energy here. I feel like some of you guys could have been born in the year of the dragon, but for a lot of you, I feel like there's going to be some sort of spark. And I mean a massive spark here. Okay? Where you're literally whatever knowledge you've obtained, or what, like, I feel like that's going to be an asset for you. I feel like that's going to be an asset for you 100%. All right? Whatever trade you're learning, whatever you've been pushing forward in, whatever it is, I'm telling you right now, you're going to see longevity. You're going to see stability. You're going to see security. And I see a lot of green here. So heavy earth energy. I see all signs, honestly. All elements are on this board, but mainly earth energy is what I'm seeing. And I feel like that's what y'all need. I feel like that's what you're calling in. You're calling in you're calling in a nurture energy. You're calling in a stable energy. You're calling in a secured energy. That's what you're drawing in. And I see it coming for you guys. I see it coming for you guys. Um no matter what choice or decision you make, I see significant change coming in for you, collective. Let me pull on the Journey Tarot. Actually, no, I'm gonna pull on the Muse. My inspiration of Muse deck. Spirit. Connect me with body and mind. Give me a clarifier for body and mind for this collective that I'm picking up on, Spirit. Body and mind. What is this energy? What is this energy for my collective? Body and mind. Yeah, the Ace of Wands in reverse. Justice in reverse. And Two of Cups in reverse. Listen, for a lot of you, I'm going to be, listen, I don't care at what time you come in on this live. If you're here, it's because there's a message here for you. All right. But for a lot of you, what disconnected you from your mind and body were false relationships. All right. Relationships that were just unfair. Okay. These could have been friendships, these could have been relationships, this could be family, but I want to say relationships more so, because the Two of Cups is here and it's in reverse. So it's unbalanced energy. It's energy that is not harmonious. This is energy that it gives me very karmic. I feel like for a lot of you, the reason why you weren't even tapped into your intuition or trusting your intuition is because of the relationships or the people that you had in your environment. And it was unfair. But to be honest, again, you can't really do much about the energy. Not saying that you can't really do nothing about the energy, because you can. You have free will. But for a lot of you, it's so hard for you to disconnect from a person. Like, you know something's off, but you just like the attention that you're getting, so you just continue going in that motion. But you know, truthfully, you're not giving yourself what you truthfully want, what you truthfully desire. It's like you're literally lying to yourself. And that's where this mind and body comes in place, because spirit wants you to be in connect with the two. Because when you're in connection with the two, you can make sound decisions. But I feel like that wasn't a place for you. I feel like that's something that you struggled with. I'm picking that up heavy. Let's see the 10. The 10. Why is the 10 of swords here? Look, the tower, yeah. You guys have literally gone through major shifts, okay? Some of you guys really dealt with codependency. Codependency could have been something that was a major, major issue. Divine timing. Everything was in divine timing. And although you wanted things to go the way that you wanted them at the time that you wanted them to, it wasn't. It wasn't the time. And I think that's how you triggered yourself in so many ways, because you wasn't patient. And because you wasn't patient, you rushed the process. And because you rushed the process, you ended up failing and falling on your face. That's what it boils down to, collective. Your impatience. You want things when you want them, but that's not how it works. And that's why you keep moving in this energy of codependency. And I know that you're tired of it, but you need balance. And that's what spirit is trying to teach you through all of this, is you need to have balance. You need to have faith. Spirit, why is the Father here? So for a lot of you, when it comes to your energy, you've realized that in order to come into union with a higher level soulmate, right? Because the Emperor is here, there was a need for you to cut ties with certain investments, like certain seeds that you planted, and you were waiting, literally waiting to see if those seeds that you planted would bear fruit. And I feel like for a lot of you, you had to kind of come into this energy and realize, like, okay, you know what? I planted this seed, but just because I planted this seed doesn't mean that it's going to bear fruit. And I think that for a lot of you, it took you some time to really realize that, because you held on to these investments thinking that they would turn into something, but it just turned out to be disappointment. And I see with the Page of Swords here, I feel like, again, you're starting to see things from a different perspective. And I feel like for a lot of you, there's like this need to explore. There's a need for you to see more outside of what is in your environment. And that's why I keep hearing about move. There's like a move. There's a move coming. I feel like, yeah, it is some heavy energy with this, right? A lot of letting go, a lot of remorse, a lot of regret. Um, but I feel like the more that you do more self reflection, it'll all make sense as to why things have transpired the way that they have. It may not make sense to you right now, but it will. It definitely will. Give me knowledge, spirit. Why is knowledge here? Yeah, a lot of the experiences that you've witnessed, that where you needed to choose your own happiness and peace, I feel like that those experiences alone have literally made you realize the the true value in reciprocity, in equal give and take. Because for a lot of you, you overplayed your part. And because you overplayed your part, it always kept you in this energy of not feeling fulfilled, always feeling like you're missing something, always feeling like, you know, not feeling fully what you deserve, not feeling what you truthfully deserve. Um, I feel like you guys are moving in this energy of having to make peace with your past. Why is the crone here, spirit? Listen, a lot of things in your past didn't work out. They took an awful long time. But I feel like even with that, all those things didn't take place because spirit had something better for you. With the Four of Wands and the Two of Wands here, it's like no matter what transpired in the past, nothing of the past can literally compare to what you got coming in, collective. Rest of what? Rest of what? Huh? Did I miss something? Um, but yeah, whatever communication didn't come in, whatever clarity you didn't receive, whatever didn't work out, whatever took forever. Listen, all of that was literally divine timing and spirit protecting you. And I've always heard rejection is God's protection. I was just trying to figure out what was the word you used to. I'm not sure, love. You can run it back on YouTube if you want. Run it at 51 minutes. You said your happiness and peace made you realize the girl. I don't know. Listen, I'm the vessel. I just channel. I just channel. You know what I'm saying? But listen, what didn't work out wasn't meant to work out because what is about to work out for you is literally is supposed to be for you. This is the stomping grounds for your stability, your foundation, new friendships, new groups, new celebrations, new light energy. It's just search unforgettable underscore EMZ. It's linked in my bio. I feel like for a lot of you, whatever holds, whatever was stuck, whatever was stale energy is literally about to make its way out. Make its way out is what I'm hearing. Let's see this three of wands. Where is my collective moving to? Cause look, what is this? The star. Listen, for some of you, this move is literally going to put you in this energy of healing. All right? Healing. Heavy healing. With the 9 of Cups here, I feel like this, yeah, with the King of Swords. Whew. Listen, this move is meant to happen, okay? Be very methodical and very strategic, okay? a lot of you are really, really thinking things thoroughly. You're healing from what no longer serves you. And you're starting to think. You're starting to think with a clear mind. You're thinking with a clear mind is what I'm hearing. It's like you're freeing yourself. You're finally freeing yourself. Like you're finally being true and honest with yourself. Good for you, collective. What is this Two of Cups? What is this Two of Cups? You guys, I'm about to open up my list. If you guys want to check out and get on the list, it is a $15 minimum. You're more than welcome to send more. Of course, you get more messages, but 15 is the threshold where it starts, okay? We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have an offer coming in, y'all. I told y'all. We have an offer coming in. So there's somebody who is going to set their eyes on you, collective, and they're going to make it be known, okay? With the Ace of Pentacles here. The Two of Swords, there's going to be a decision that you're going to need to make. All right? With the Five of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you, whatever this choice or decision is that you're looking to make, is going to not only realign you, but it's also like I'm hearing you're going to regroup whatever it is that you lost. Okay? Whatever it is that you lost. Look, the Queen of Cups here with the King of Earth. You're going to love this person very strongly. With the Empress here, I can't make this up. And I feel like this person, if you haven't already, I feel like this is going to be somebody that you're going to start a family with, or have a family with, or blend a family with. Very, very, look at that. The Ace of Emotions. Ace of Cups. Yeah, definitely a new relationship coming in. Look, the King of Cups with the Queen of Cups underneath the Ace of Cups. I'm sorry, the Page of Emotions. Page of Emotions. Jeez. Look at that. We got the Nine of Swords in reverse, the King of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Listen, you're going to have a lot of options. Multiple opportunities coming in. All right, we got a bunch of kings here. Some that are hot and ready with their wand, ready to stick it in ya. And we got some over here that are ready to love. Heavy, heavy water, deep love energy. Okay? There's options here, collective. You have options. You don't have a choice. You have options. And for a lot of you, I feel like this is the first time you feel like you have options. Like you've never had options before. So you always had to settle for what was there. But that's not the case here. That's why Spirit is telling you to be patient. Everything will fall in divine timing. All will align with you at the time that it needs to. You don't force energy. What is for you will literally gravitate toward you. So, collective, that's what I have for y'all. I hope y'all picked up on the energy, all right? I hope y'all got what y'all needed from it. I truly appreciate y'all. If it resonated for you and you would like to book, you guys can book live. It is a $15 minimum. All right. Linktree is in the bio. I do not have Cash App, but I have everything else. And if you don't want to book live, you guys can also book me private. All right. I take private bookings on Instagram, video chat. All right. Or I can do it through WhatsApp or FaceTime, whatever you guys have. Okay. And you guys can just send me a direct message on Instagram and let me know that you're interested on a reading, and then we can discuss availability and pricing. Okay. I release the collective energy. Thank you, Spirit, for aligning me with the collective. I pray love and light over all. I call back my energy. I release the collective. Ashe to the ancestors. Ashe, 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 mote it be. Thank you so much, collective. The list is now open. If you would like to tap in on a reading, it is a $15 minimum. Let me know down below, and I'll let you know where and how to send, okay? That was a beautiful message. Sometimes you just need a reminder, collective. Just saying. If anybody would like a reading, let me know. If not, I will be getting off. We've been at it for about an hour. Um, if you would like a reading, it is a $15 minimum. It is a spirit led reading. Or if you have a question that you would like clarity on, we could tap into that too. And if not, I will be getting off and tapping in with you guys tomorrow. What didn't work out initially turned out to be your biggest blessing in disguise. Love it. There we go. I went ahead and updated the collective, the name of the collective. All right, I don't see anybody. So I'm going to go ahead and release all of you. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap in, collective. Again, if you would like to tap in with me on a private, you guys can go ahead and connect with me on Instagram. All right, unforgettable_EMZ. All of that information is linked in my bio. I do take private readings. I do this full time, so I am available. If you would like to book, you're more than welcome to. Services have to be paid up front, of course. Once it's paid up front, then we can go ahead and discuss booking. All right. Thank you so much for tapping in. Love, light, prosperity. I'll see you guys on the next one. Good night.